3, 2, 1, go.
What's going on, everybody? Tales from the bottom of the ocean. Another amazing episode of the greatest philosophy podcast in the history of mankind. I am Austin Andrews.
We're like 1 out of 10.
What?
How many of... Whatever, I'm Mike.
If you really enjoy our content, which you will, I'm sure, we have a really good show set up right now. Consider going to our Patreon, patreon.com/area22. Donate $1, $5, $3,000, doesn't matter. There's no paywall or content wall. Or
I like that last one.
Yeah, me too.
Are you sure there's no content or paywalls? I don't really think we know this.
I mean, what are we supposed to offer? There's nobody paying us. Why don't you pay us? Anyway, so
broke as hell.
We got an amazing show today because here with us we have the legend himself.
Oh, wow.
Nigel Fullerton.
Hey, everybody. I'm on the greatest philosophical podcast ever. They hold the belt in all philosophical podcasts. FNPR.
Yeah, you can keep your degrees. We have a belt.
Seriously. All right, so this is just going to be a chat, Nigel.
Okay, cool.
So
you guys also have I feel like I'm high energy, and you guys are just like the NPR voice.
Well, I mean, I was trying to really pump you up with my intro.
Oh no, it's cool.
I actually wrote it a completely different way, but then I realized it's the same way that Mark does his show, and I didn't even know.
Oh wow.
Apparently.
It's all good.
Maybe you can watch it.
Yeah, I probably should watch it.
You guys have never watched Mark's show?
I have.
I'm just a big freaking jerk.
Oh my
listen,
God.
You gotta understand.
I watched every episode. I watched a few.
I've sat in the studio for most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Nigel, I'm just gonna start by asking, how are you? How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm all right. It's kind of hot outside. Next
It's hot as
question.
hell outside. Like, damn.
It is pretty hot.
I have no summer clothes.
The weather is not good for fat guys.
Yeah,
because we sweat and everything. Like winter is our time because we can wear whatever the hell we want and still be cool.
Yeah.
Like I can put on sweaters and not look fat in them. I put on a t-shirt. I look like I'm the winner of the wet t-shirt contest by 3:00 p.m.
Yeah, you'll never know the plights of a big boy.
You'll never know. Like we can't take off our shirt at the pool.
I do it anyway because I stop.
I don't. I'm afraid to scare the kids.
I don't care about the kids anymore.
The thing away is like children.
Bro, babies look just like us. If you think about it.
Is the scaled upwards?
I mean, yeah, they're like the miniature version. They like Funko Pop versions of us.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you tell us about the show you do here on Area 22?
Oh yeah, I'm on Area 22. I do a show called The Jump Cut. We talk about movies, TV, and all around geek culture.
Now, how much do you carry the show? I'm kidding.
Oh God, zingers!
I think you should be asking Austin that.
How much more?
He's not on the jump cut. That makes no sense.
No. How much more should we pay you versus Steve?
Oh no, I don't carry the show. Steve carries all the weight.
Yeah.
Because I forget most of the movies and I sleep through them.
Jesus, I don't have.
Yeah, Steve's at the movies like every other day.
It's a miracle that I even remember your name. You're
like the other day.
Hey, listen, I didn't remember your guys' names until you friended me on Facebook. So
fair enough.
He thinks my last name's actually Gasman.
It is Gasman.
It is actually. I hit up Steve now for movie recommendations because I almost saw Men in Black and I ended up not seeing it.
Good, because
sorry,
it's bad.
Steve.
You should have went by my movie recommendation because I didn't like Men in Black International.
You didn't?
He said it was okay.
It was okay.
Okay's not good though.
Okay is not good. If you're a fan of Men in Black and not the sequels,
Yeah.
then it's basically like a sequel.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Like, how do you? What is sort of nerd culture progressed into? Like,
Pop
how old are
culture,
you?
nerd culture progressed in pop culture. I'm in my 30s.
Okay,
so like nerd culture, like when I was growing up, I couldn't say that I liked certain things. Like I couldn't say that I read comic books. I couldn't say that I watched anime. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't do that. And then for some reason, all of a sudden, it became cool to
be a nerd.
To be a nerd.
Yeah.
You know, because I was called a nerd all through middle school and high school. So
why couldn't you say that you
I
were?
review movies for.
Why couldn't I say it? Mostly because everybody was looking for you to be a certain way. So you know, in certain cultures, people think that you're only supposed to be one way and not another.
Yeah.
So if you were different, they called you Urkel. Bless you.
Christ.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was allergic to my nerdum, but
I
That's
either
what
got
it
called
was.
Urkel or what's the guy's name? Carlton.
I get called Peter Griffin on a daily basis. That's why I don't wear my glasses.
No, but speaking of glasses, talk to me afterwards.
Oh yeah.
But
He's got
yeah,
his eyes up.
I mean I got Urkel for like a little bit because I was going to wine dance at one point. And yeah, like all you had to do was like get good grades and you were Urkel.
Seriously.
All you had to do was show up and wine dance and you were Urkel.
Yeah.
Which I always use Urkel as the example of like a character that's brought in to make the whole show better, and it's like the only time it ever worked.
No, it's worked different times. That's not the first time it worked. It's just
Scrappy-Doo.
the weird thing about Family Matters, and I talk about this all the time. The weird thing about Family Matters, there was never a black nerd ever on TV.
No.
Ever.
No.
That was the first one. And if
And
you're
then he was
different,
such like it was a scientist. At a
it
point.
was like the weirdest thing because up to that point there was never black people never said the word nerd.
Yeah.
We thought it was the white dude with glasses, like Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh yeah.
Like that's what we thought. We didn't think it was Urkel. And then we were like, oh, that dude's a nerd.
Family Matters.
It's like a weird cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, that's just like kid we don't talk to. You know, he's not cool enough. He's square.
I mean, yeah. I mean that's definitely how it was when I was growing up. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're even kind of shaped like a square.
I try my hardest.
There's a movie where I watched in religion class about 5 freaking times over the course of 5 freaking years. It was a movie about this kid who like he failed his SAT or something or didn't get a good enough grades. He ends up killing himself, and everyone would always call him he's a square kid in around the world. I don't know, that quote always stuck with me.
What kind of movies are you watching in religion class? I feel like they're all like based off Robin Williams.
No, musicals about Jesus.
Fiddler on the Roof?
Well, no, because it's like that's Jewish.
I know. I know.
So the
You
Catholic
said
schools-
religion. I mean, come
Oh,
on.
you don't got compressors. That's even louder.
Well, Catholic school. Like I went to Catholic school. They wouldn't-
Catholic school.
They wouldn't show us Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah, because they're fiddling other things. But go ahead.
Jesus. Mother of
ahead.
God.
I don't want to talk about what I think about Catholicism.
Great ontological questions.
Got this stuff stuffed down my throat. For
Jesus
13
Christ.
years.
How's the jump code even doing?
You would have to ask Steve because I wouldn't know.
You don't even watch the analytics.
I don't watch the analytics at all.
Well, Steve has the access.
I'm not an analytics guy though.
I know how you feel.
Yeah, I'm not. Like I'm just like, do people watch it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
me. I literally just watch the views.
They're like,
know.
Steve, how did we do last week? Let me check.
They could be literally 1,000 sad reactions. Just like at least you
Steve's
reacted.
friends really like the show. My friends
They
only.
actually reach out to me and they just say that they enjoy listening to it.
They say that my friends just like to like make fun of me while I'm on camera.
Yeah.
So that's
Surround
basically
yourself
it.
around different people.
Or if they're not making fun of me, they want to argue with me.
Oh God.
You know, they love me for my opinions. on
Oh my God, they hated him for his Avengers, not Endgame, but Infinity War. They hated him because he didn't like Infinity War and he doesn't like Black Panther. So they definitely don't like
No,
him.
it's not even about Black Panther. I think it's just such an average movie.
Yeah, they definitely don't like you.
Yeah. I have an interesting opinion that I talked to Mike and Steve about Black Panther.
What?
But like,
Uh-oh. You're a detractor.
no.
You gotta understand, man. Growing up, all I had was Blank Man and Meteor Man. Those are the only 2 black superheroes.
Static Shock.
I don't know who
Static
either of those
Shock
people
wasn't.
are.
Static Shock was a cartoon, and I was too
okay.
old when that came out.
Yeah,
So
okay,
it wasn't like
That
my
was
thing.
that was our kind of like our
Yeah.
age.
I
cartoon.
watched it though. Don't get me wrong. I watched it. I wasn't invested.
Which Static
Okay,
Shock
fair
was
enough.
kind of ahead of its time, honestly.
It was.
with all the like the shooting episode. And
Well,
all
I
the
just
problems
thought-
with
I
those.
like Batman Beyond better. So
that one was good.
I just thought that Black Panther was just like an interesting. I think the whole idea behind Wakanda, you can kind of spin it in a way where it's kind of like condescending. I feel
okay. How
Like-
so?
like. I guess my idea of empowerment's sort of different because I can see how it could be empowering for some people. Excuse me.
Okay.
But it was like basically like imagine, because obviously we all have a sort of perception of Africa.
Right.
And it was basically saying, imagine if Africa was just like not Africa. Like it was like the most technologically crazy advanced civilization.
Yeah, they're
With
hiding
with
from the world.
Yeah, with the literal smartest people ever in the
I
planet.
think
It's like,
I think it was overhyped. I won't say that it wasn't an average movie. I would say it's overhyped.
Yeah.
And the thing is because you have a lot of people who don't watch superhero movies coming to watch a movie because they think it's about Africa. Like my mother watched like 3 or 4 times.
Is this the History Channel?
Like my mother really thinks there's a Wakanda Africa, and she's saving money to go.
You could say every movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I mean, I tried to tell her it was in Georgia, like right around the bush. There was North Peachtree.
Was it filmed in Georgia?
Yeah, it was filmed in Georgia.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, all the Marvel movies are filmed in Georgia.
All of them?
Just about.
No.
What about the ones in space?
Well, yeah, but except if it's location. So, like, if they have to go to like Japan or Thailand or like China, whatever, they have to. All Marvel movies have to have one scene in China, in Asia, basically. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh yeah, because like I think in China they like won't watch it or something.
No, investors. It's the investors. But yeah, they won't watch it if it's not in China. Also, I mean, they hated Black Panther.
Oh yeah.
Steve, did you ever see that?
Yeah.
There's a thing on YouTube where there are Asian people and their thoughts on Black Panther, and they hated it.
Where's the Chinese?
They were like, "Where's the people? All we see is eyes and teeth."
Oh my, yeah, they're.
Serious.
They can be like that.
I'm serious.
Like I was telling you in the car about what the I don't even know if it's a repeat what the Japanese have done recently with the Pokemon character that someone drew a pit.
Never mind. Don't.
These are the same people that made Mr. Popo on Dragon Ball Z.
And that's how is that not, or Jinx from Pokemon. Like they're
So like obviously nerd culture is a little different from country to country.
Country to country and age to age.
But nerd culture has become pop culture lately.
Oh, that's cool.
Because people realize video games are fun. Movies are fun.
a lot of
are cool now.
A lot of companies I know, like Wizards of the Coast, have completely streamlined D&D with like the 5th edition.
Yeah.
It's so easy
to make it to the mainstream.
Because
eventually,
because what's happening is now people aren't afraid to be themselves. People are opening up, and they're making it so now we're the cool people, and you guys are all wearing glasses for some reason because you want to fit in with us.
Yeah, I think that's interesting though, because like this is kind of like some big brain philosophy.
Okay.
But like it's a sort of idea, right, that I have where it's like if you want like sort of like that true freedom, you know, because I think that's just an expression of liberty. Like I think like, you know, there's if you really want people to sort of like get into like things like pop culture, you want pop culture to even exist in general. There has to be like people have to believe in something I call like private life, like private ownership, sort of private life. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I feel as if you have to be able to sort of own things and yourself, and like, you know, be able to like declare ownership over something, especially personally, if you want to be like.
That's why when
free.
people enjoy something you enjoy like the wrong way, they get pissed.
Exactly.
Well, I have a question for you.
Oh Jesus, this has never happened before. Go on.
What is pop?
What is pop?
What is pop? When we talk pop, what is pop like in culture? What is pop music? Like, what is it?
It's popular. That's what it's short for.
It's popular, right? But here's the thing. Like, how can you classify it as pop? Like, let's say if John Legend sings a song and Adele sings a song, is Adele's music pop or is John Legend's music pop? They sing the same song. Let's say they sing the exact song. Which is pop and which is something different?
Adele will sing it in a sad manner.
This is my question. No, honestly, like.
Honestly, like
I say this is my question, but I honestly don't know. Like it's like okay,
but
so
that's what I'm saying. Like it varies. That's what I'm getting at. Like let me not use Adele because that's bad. Let me use Katy Perry. If I say Katy Perry and John Legend sing the same song, would you say that John Legend's song is pop?
Honestly, like the idea of popularity to me was always a kind of like a naughty word, and I'll kind of tell you why. Because it was like. In the social dynamics in like school, like the idea of popularity was always the place where I wasn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like the sort of no-go zone
That's why we get along.
Yeah, it's the sort of no-go zone. Like the idea of sort of individuality and like
the outcast you.
Like the thing is like the thing about sort of popularity. It always struck me as being sort of not. I wasn't with it because like I was never. I never
the masses like it.
Yeah, I was.
But
never
that's
with the
the
masses.
thing. Like, but what I'm saying is, and like I said, if John Legend sang, what's the stupid Katy Perry song? Let's say like he sang. Let's say John Legend sung "Alien." You would not call that song pop. You would call it R&B.
I kind of want to hear that now.
It's true. That's why I say what is pop, because we say it's popular music, but we only make it pop when we really like a person.
I feel like it has to be popular and it has to be like kind of happy.
Yeah, well,
like,
how about this? I mean, what do you think would happen if all artists were anonymous up until like say certain things got popular?
Well, I think all artists are anonymous before they become popular.
Oh well, yeah. I guess.
ain't nobody know no one knows.
No, but like,
from here
what if
anymore.
like, okay, how about this? What if it was still anonymous even after it got like insanely popular? Only after like a certain point of like,
I mean, it happens.
insanity.
It happens, but when we talk pop music, we don't necessarily like if it's like, let's say, a Britney Spears type, and we're quick to say that is pop music.
Yep.
Or if it's a boy band, we are quick to say it's pop music. But let's just say that they actually play instruments, and let's just say that they actually make music or yeah, and we're gonna call it something else, not pop. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, could you make a
Kind
pop
of.
song with a freaking saxophone?
You can. I've seen it happen before. It's called the 80s.
That's interesting.
70s is more cowbell.
Yeah. Speaking of music, like this whole idea of like this, I want to go back to like cut it out. Jesus.
I knew that was happening.
This whole idea of like sort of I guess popularity or like a sort of group conformity, like or rather freedom in say like music or just like your general interest. It's like what always kind of struck me as odd is that like people will like say like, oh, especially when I was growing up. I'll just say like if like I guess like sometimes I feel like me, I guess like just being, I guess, black or whatever is
ooh, racial stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't know you were black, Austin. I don't see color.
Jesus Christ. I think I feel as if like if you're just like,
Oh my God, get to the point, please.
if you're black and like you don't like hip hop, you're basically mentally disabled.
No,
I'm kidding.
see, it was different like when I was growing up because I had to actually like hip hop. I wasn't allowed to like I used to watch like Beavis and Butthead like at night, and I used to watch Headbangers Ball, but I would never tell anybody in school that I watched it. Why would I do that?
Watching the naughty.
Why would I tell people, hey, you ever heard of this guy Ricky Ratman? I know Mark's has. But yeah, it's you can like what you want. It's.
But I feel as if that's always like a. Okay, like would you tell somebody that they? Okay, this is kind of off topic.
Okay.
But sometimes I feel as if that's not really like, and not necessarily a good thing to talk about. But like I feel as if it's like. It's kind of like a slippery slope because like would you tell somebody to like what they want in some place that's like basically banning something by law?
No,
whatever,
I would actually tell people to be their authentic self because what's going to happen is that everybody's going to, if you follow a trend, it's going to die.
Would you tell? Okay, continue on.
I would tell any kid, any person that's like trying to find themselves, keep trying to find yourself, keep liking the things that you like, and stop worrying about what other people like. It's when you follow the crowd, that's when you like get caught up in everything. It's kind of like a lemming situation.
Yeah.
You follow the Pied Piper, you end up with R. Kelly.
I don't know if I should say. I don't know if you're allowed to say pee on kids on the air.
The cult of R. Kelly.
That Boondocks episode was so ahead of its time, even though it was timely. It's still to this day ahead of its time.
I used to do jokes about R. Kelly, like the fact that the man during a court case had an album called Chocolate Factory. Where do kids like to go? Chocolate factories. He named himself the Pied Piper, which is a children's tale about somebody who used to play the pipe and everybody would follow.
And then be peed on.
And then his first single, it had the words toot toot beep beep in it. I rest my case.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
I rest my case.
Speaking of jokes, Mr. Fullerton.
What's up?
You are a comedian.
Yeah, I try.
You're what?
He says I'm a comedian, but I don't.
A comedian?
There's actually.
Am I pronouncing the word wrong?
There's actually no proof to this.
I think comedians are someone like usually the most humble people, and if they're not humble, they're just not humble.
Yeah, they're usually just jerks. I wanted to say the D word, but I don't think I could say that right now.
Doofus.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, I do tell jokes on a stage.
Yeah. How did that come about? Like, what was
How did that come about? Kids kept teasing me.
Yeah, I feel like that's a universal thing.
Yeah, what happened was I wasn't good at sports or like I wasn't popular or I wasn't like super good looking, so I had to be.
That last part's definitely not true.
Yeah, well, I had to go. No, actually, no. When I was a kid, I really wanted to be on TV. Like I wanted to be Kenan Thompson. I'm not even lying to you.
Wait, I meant that as in that you are attractive.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We can go into the bathroom after this.
Facts.
But
Get on with the show.
no, I really wanted to be Kenan Thompson.
Yeah.
Like I love Mighty Ducks. I loved heavyweights.
Cool.
And
Good Burger?
yeah, Good Burger was okay. I'm not a Kel fan.
No?
I hate Kel.
You hate, but did you like Keenan and Kel?
I love Keenan.
But no Kel.
Kel was annoying.
But yeah, that's the point.
Kel was annoying, man.
But Kel calls Keenan existential dread every day. That's why.
Yeah, Keenan ripped out all his hair. Remember Keenan used to have hair like that? Keenan ripped out his hair because of Kel. There's a reason why we haven't seen Kel for 20 years.
No, but he's
There is a
resurfaced.
reason why we haven't. Yes, he's resurfaced because
People that died.
Keenan kept Kel in the basement for a good 20 years. He's like, hey, listen, let me have a career. All right. When's the last time you seen Kel?
Some Keenan and Kel.
It had to be in Mystery Men.
Well, maybe Kel was typecasted as the annoying friend.
Typecasted as what? Nobody booked him for 20 years.
Yeah, you're right. And then when he did, wasn't it another Dan Schneider show? No, Dan Schneider didn't do Keenan and Kel. He wasn't on. He was on the Amanda show, but I don't think he was on Keenan and Kel.
Kel wasn't even on the Amanda show.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't even on the Nick Cannon show.
I think I mean
nobody likes Kel. I'm just telling you the facts.
Likes Kel. Orange juice likes Kel.
No,
Orange
orange soda likes Kel. And think about it. As much as he talked about orange soda on that show, no one ever gave him an endorsement.
You know what's funny?
That's true.
I just
His
finally
lungs were
realized who we're
orange.
talking about.
Oh, you just realized?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I have other like theories about certain TV shows, like even with Family Matters. I feel like Urkel's a jerk, and I feel like Laura is a horrible person.
Well,
Yeah, I could imagine.
honestly, we're gonna figure that out probably
Well, I mean,
us in a couple of years.
Like Urkel went out of his way to make a machine that made him a jerk.
Exactly.
Like
No, Laura wouldn't touch Urkel
Until
if he
he
didn't
was a
change his whole appearance.
not assertive, not insertive.
Think about that.
Go on.
Like for years, Urkel was trying. 9 seasons Family Matters was on the air. 9 seasons.
Jesus, what?
Right? Urkel tried to get with Laura every season, and he had to change everything about him for Laura to actually notice him. Mind you, Urkel had a girlfriend. Urkel had a great girlfriend.
Yeah.
A beautiful girlfriend. Myra Monkhouse was like the epitome of the best girlfriend. You want to know why? Because she was willing to do any goofy thing that Urkel wanted to do. You want to drive in my little funny car? Go ahead. You want to listen to yodeling music? Go right ahead.
Based.
he built a friggin' time machine, and Laura still wanted nothing to do.
He's built a time machine. He's changed himself into Bruce Lee, Elvis.
He voiced Sonic the Hedgehog.
He made a teleportation machine. Sorry.
It's all good. Plosives.
Sorry. I'm just too loud, people. Forgive me.
Family Matters is a serious frickin' business. 30 years later.
Jesus.
Yeah. It got on Hulu and I started watching it. I watched all the episodes one summer. I got really annoyed.
What do you think your future is in the comedic industry? Or comedy?
What is my future?
If there is one, Jesus, I'm sorry.
Probably getting a real job.
Related to comedy, or like what do you mean?
Everybody doesn't make it, man.
Listen, I like we all.
Are you insinuating this isn't a real job?
I mean, hey,
I'm kidding.
Get paid to go.
Listen,
Hey.
I can imagine you having your own version of The Office.
that'd be dope. I'd be my own Craig Robinson.
I was thinking more of Ricky Gervais.
Oh yeah, Ricky Gervais would be cool.
Don't be like Tracy Morgan. Get your car hit an hour after you buy it.
Tracy Morgan.
That was funny as hell. Like, I can imagine the insurance broker's like, yeah, I ran into Tracy Morgan. It's like, you what?
Yo, every time I see Tracy Morgan, I feel like he's gonna get into an accident.
Yeah.
Like I was at the club, I was at the comedy club one time, and Tracy Morgan was coming, and he was late.
He has an energy.
He was late, and I was nervous because I'm like, "Where's he coming from? Jersey?" I said, "Who's driving him? Himself?" Oh Lord!
He's got like such an energy.
Can we check News 12 to make sure Tracy Morgan's all right?
Imagine.
Oh my God!
Tell me what kind of car hit him. I forgot what it was, but it definitely.
No, he had a really expensive car. I think he had a
No, it's just, a lot of it is
It was like
just,
$1 million car.
A lot of it, there's nothing really relevant right now. The main thing is Tracy Morgan reacting to the Jussie Smollett case.
Yeah, he's always reacting to something.
Oh, do you know O.J. Simpson has a Twitter account now?
Yes, he does. It's pretty funny.
It's funny as hell.
Wait,
He said, "I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah.
He told a couple people, "I'm gonna kill you."
No. We're not talking about
Yeah.
See,
Can we check on OJ's threats?
How
See,
do we?
but I
How about we don't?
I appreciate people like OJ
Jesus
when they take
Christ.
the worst situation possible and make it funny.
Yeah, OJ has made lemons into murder. So,
Jesus Christ. So
Murdering.
about comedy.
what about comedy?
A lot of stuff about him golfing. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, comedy's
swing.
cool. But like I said, I've always wanted to be in TV and movies. That was always my thing.
Why? Like, literally just because, like, it was
Because
boring.
there's no money in comedy. But anyway,
Fair enough.
no, seriously, I grew up wanting to be. I told you I wanted to be Kenan Thompson. I wanted to be on television, and that was like my main goal. First time I was ever on television was on a show on BET, and it did horrible. And then years later, I ended up on The Get Down on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I was in the movie Roxanne. I've also done a whole bunch of commercials and stuff like that.
How are comedians? Like, you said you met, like, have you met, like, what his name is? Trevor, no, what?
Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan, yeah. Like, how are... I don't know.
Trevor Noah and Tracy Morgan are like two totally different opposites. One speaks well, and one you can't really understand.
Tracy Morgan is like a pit bull, and Trevor Noah is like a chihuahua.
One will get you pregnant. The other one will tell you the news.
Jesus Christ. I was getting scared. But how are comedians? Like, have you...
Comedians are jerks, man.
Why?
Like, they're not nice people. A lot of them are not nice people.
Jesus, why?
Yeah, it depends. It's just like actors. Actors aren't nice people. Musicians aren't. Like, there's some people that are cool, and some people that are like super weird. And like most comedians are that kid that got picked on in school. You know, either they're the kid that got picked on in school, and now they want to, like, you know, struggle their ego around, or they were super popular in school, and now they're working on their popularity.
Like, they're just basically
I feel like that
unstoppable.
always is like the least funny.
That's really what it is.
I mean, I really am kind of, I guess, when one of those cases, and a lot of people think I'm funny, but, like, all I really do is just roast people.
That's the thing. I mean, comedy comes from pain. So, like, if you have something, like, the best jokes come from your own personal experience. So, I don't know how philosophical that is, but...
Well, I mean, it's art imitates life.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you have to. I feel like you have to have felt pain to be a good comedian.
Sorry.
No worries.
I'm trying to make you sound crisp.
Stop touching me.
I mean,
Keep moving my mic, man. Do you just want me to project my voice? Because I will.
At first it was plosives, then after that it was in clarity.
Like,
So
I went-
balance.
I-
Oh, my
It's all about
God.
finding that balance.
I went to
Oh
a
my
comedy
God.
club.
Oh, they suck,
Riveting.
probably.
One of my favorite acts that night was this short, muscular guy. The first thing he did.
Aaron
was,
Berg? No.
No,
Then you
I don't
didn't-
remember his name. but
Exactly.
I was already 3 drinks in.
No one ever remembers the person that, like, they go see.
I
That's
know.
why I always say my name, like, while I'm on
But anyway,
stage.
like, just whisper it every
This
now and
short,
again.
muscular, bald guy, not that guy, this other guy. He walks in. He makes a self-deprecating joke about being ripped and short and bald. And then he just starts ripping on everybody else in the whole building, and then hitting on this single mother.
Yep.
That sounds.
I thought it was funny as hell.
That
I don't
sounds
know
like
why.
fun.
I mean, that's
sounds like
normally
a lot
what
of
you have to
fun.
do. So basically, what he did was he disarmed the crowd by talking about himself. First, he talked
Yes.
about himself. So now it's okay for him to talk about other
Yes.
people because
he insulted himself, he can insult you to your face.
Yeah,
and it'll be funny.
he disarmed everybody by making fun of himself.
So there's an
first.
art to this? Like, tell me.
There's an art to it.
Like, how do you sort of marinate a crowd real quick? Like, how do you get it right?
How do you marinate a crowd?
Get it
What are
right.
you trying to get into orgasm? What's going on?
Like, please calm down. You're going sicko mode.
Oh my god!
I'm following Nigel's energy.
Is this crowd wet?
No, wait, hold. No, I'm just saying, like, marinate. What?
I think a single mother.
I don't know what you mean by marinate, but I know
gotta calm
what
down.
your main issue is what you have to do is basically when you're in front of a crowd, you have to get them on your side. So the first thing you do is, you address them and you let them know. You have to have a great opening joke because most people will only remember your first joke and your last joke. They won't remember anything in between.
Yeah.
To your benefit, probably. That way you
sometimes your benefit or sometimes even worse. But like you said, like you went to go see a comedian, you don't remember much about the comedian, but you like when he said something about himself, and you like when he asked to do something with those.
What do you think would have happened if he did not start off with a self-deprecating joke and then insulted people?
I mean, he could have did anything. He can insult people and insult himself, just as long as it's give and take. It can't just be like roast people. Good night. You can't
That's
just
why
like
roasts and comedy specials are separate.
right.
Well, would you mind telling us like an opening joke?
Definitely not.
Okay.
Next question.
Wait a second.
Was that the opening joke? Look at how angry he is.
Wait, no. I'm just confused.
But you can come see me Friday. I'm performing Friday at the Vintage Lounge this Friday, 8 p.m.
Cool.
And I'll do all the jokes you need. Tales from Bottom Ocean. What do you call your fans? You call them something?
No.
No? Sea dwellers? No?
Sea dwellers.
Well, I'm Ursula the Sea Witch, goddamn. No. But serious.
What do we call our fans?
You guys should give them some names or something.
Jesus, what else do you want? Like,
come on.
I like the Squidbillies or something. Like, you gotta give them something.
I don't want Early Quiler to come in and shoot me with this freaking...
The passenger.
Hey. You want me to do stand-up? I've been making funnies the whole time, man. Come on.
What do y'all want to be called? Freaking... Why are you even here, honestly?
I don't know.
See, you take self-deprecation to the point where it's like, it's depressing. You gotta be funny about it. It's like, hey, I'm freaking miserable. And it's funny.
Well, that's why Robin Williams killed himself.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
I mean, that's a good point.
I mean, no, I'm serious. Like, if you really think about Robin Williams, like, and he's a very funny guy. Everybody says that he's a funny guy, but he has a lot of pain inside.
Yeah.
And what happens is when you're the guy, hey, make us laugh, funny man. Hey, can you tell us a joke? I'm like, nah, I'm chilling right now.
You gotta remember that people and
Becomes
people
unrecognizable.
in their professions are two separate things, even if it's something like a comedian.
Yeah, it's the sad clown thing. It's the reason why they make the Joker movie. It's basically you have somebody whose job is to make people laugh, but he can't make himself happy.
Yeah.
That's a sad thing. That's why most comedians are miserable people.
I think this is hitting very close. I think this is hitting you right in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Like seriously, like most comedians are like I've ran into Colin Quinn. Like every big like name comedian like you'll probably meet like behind the scenes like Carlos Mencia or whoever anybody that's not rich. Let me say that. If you're not real, like Kevin Hart's probably really happy.
He's got that
right.
dashi.
But hamburger.
Well, I mean, Tracy Morgan has a lot of money. Do you think he was happy when he had to spend like a?
Tracy Morgan is happy
$1.3
because he has money. But if you think about other comedians, like I said, a Colin Quinn, who's been around for years, he doesn't have the same money as a Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, but do you think if they got that money, that'd fix their problems?
No, but they would be a happier person.
Bro,
Like it wouldn't make them.
At least some needs are satisfied.
I think
Right.
some people lie to themselves when they say money doesn't create happiness. It doesn't create complete happiness.
It doesn't.
But you definitely want that money more than you don't.
It doesn't. Like when you see somebody with money and somebody without money, I obviously you're gonna be like, this guy without the money.
It's a bit of a noticeable difference.
Yeah, there's a noticeable difference. Like when you can't pay for food and you can pay for food. Yeah.
I mean, like I'll tell you, like if people didn't find me miraculously funny in some capacity, I would just be miserable and alone, honestly. Because there's so many. I mean, not to vent on air, Jesus.
Oh,
but
we're venting on air now.
No, but there's things about me that people understandably don't really like, and like I can just sort of play it off by being somewhat funny, I guess.
So how do you get people to like you?
How do I get people to like me?
Sheer luck.
No, I have no idea. I'm serious.
How do you get the Squidbillies to like you?
I don't know how. I don't know why people even do like give me the time of day. I'll be honest. And I'm not trying to necessarily be like really sad about it, but like. It's so
this
hard.
is a very sad podcast. First, you asked me about my career, and then I'm like, "Yeah, well, hopefully I'll have a wife and kids."
No, I have to. I constantly seek affirmation because I'm just like I don't know how I'm doing. Like,
well,
or where are we?
That's the thing that what you shouldn't be looking for affirmation. You should
so
just.
Hard not to.
I know it's super hard, but we live on a society based on likes.
On
like,
top of us,
like seriously, like we want people to like. Like that's what comedy is. Comedy is an Instagram page on a stage, and you're just looking for likes. And sometimes people hit the dislike button. Sometimes people don't.
If anybody's seen my Instagram, it's basically like that.
But you shouldn't look for affirmation. The problem is a lot of us are looking for those likes. And we should already be confident in ourselves knowing that we're doing the right thing. That's why you shouldn't be looking for affirmation, because most people who give you advice are only giving you advice based on what they want you to do and not what you want to do.
Yeah.
So you're looking for that person to give you that affirmation, but it's not. You don't need it, because as long as you're doing the right thing, the plan that you set for yourself, this is what I want to do, this is my goal, just go and achieve your goal. Don't worry about them, because they're going to change their minds once you hit your goal.
I've always run into like a sort of philosophical roadblock though, like where I can't divorce being say like altruistic, whether it be for myself or for others, and just being genuinely selfish. You know what I mean? Like just wanting something deeply. Like it always seems to be like a sort of means and then an end and then a means to that end. You know what I mean? Like
right.
I struggle to divorce those things, and I feel as if it's kind of maybe numb to people's problems. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Listen, I'm the type of person I'm the same way. Like I was looking for affirmation. Sometimes I still do, because there's certain things like I get passed over. Like I audition for a lot of movies, right? Matter of fact, I watched the trailer for a movie that I auditioned for that didn't get, and like they gave it to Little Rel. You know what I mean? Like, see, you say who, but he's one of the biggest comedians right now because he was in Bird Box, and he was also in Get Out.
Oh.
Yeah, he was Rod in Get Out.
Never seen it.
Oh.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's okay. We're not going to take your black card today. I don't ever know if you had it, so you don't see color. So anyway.
Here's my social security number.
Why do you keep that with you?
I keep forgetting to put it back.
Oh my God! Just memorize it.
I keep forgetting to put it out.
That's the first thing they tell you that in freshman orientation.
Forget your black card. You lost your whole freaking identity.
They tell you that in freshman.
There's no money. There's no numbers on money.
Yo, the first day of school, they're like, hey, listen, you're gonna memorize this. This is gonna be your number for the next 4 years.
I get the premise of it, so just don't drink tea.
Wait, what?
They like in freshman orientation, they tell you like remember your social security number, because this is what you're going to be known for.
Yeah.
Like
They didn't do that with me.
Oh, well.
They threw me with the freaking wolves.
Oh well.
Or
I don't know.
college.
College.
Oh, they still threw me with the
Just
wolves.
give you like your ID number depending on.
No, like I had a freshman orientation class. I don't know if you guys didn't.
No.
I had a class where they told me, hey, listen, you need to memorize this.
Well, we went to community college. They really.
Oh, I went to NYIT.
Yeah, no, they didn't care about it.
Honestly, I owe so many people.
Now you're in trouble. Next year I'll transfer.
Honestly, I owe so many people my black card. There's like a line going around the block.
It's okay. There's not a real black card.
I know.
So
What?
What's a black card?
It's that thing they give you at Planet Fitness when you pay for the highest.
They
tier.
give it to you at those Wakanda meetings. It's okay.
I don't know which one of you is being serious, which one of you is joking.
Okay, no. Okay, so the thing at Planet Fitness, if you pay the highest tier, there is called the black card.
It is called a PF black card.
Yeah.
Like a really high-end credit card.
Yeah, but we have
the hell
like
happens
we
with
have
a
like a
black
secret
card?
handshake and
Wait,
everything.
Mike, are you being serious?
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
Okay, so it's a sort of metaphorical thing where it's like, okay, so I'll give you an example. So like,
Okay.
so this one friend of mine, he had a
Yeah.
He had an orgy on his cruise ship, and like there was this group of black dudes.
Orgy? Nah, I know you don't have a black card. We call it a train.
Ah, jeez. No, but like there was these group of black guys that were just being like kind of anxious about it, and he was like, "Yo, gimme." So like it's basically like applying.
I get this even less.
I'm lost. I don't even know.
Nigel,
Maybe I don't have one. Basically,
how many words you got under your belt? Never mind. Go.
No, that's a black card, and this is for everybody out there in TV
all
land.
the squidbillies. All
All the squidbillies. Basically, a black card is something when you do something that's quote unquote a part of your culture, and you do something that's against your culture. Like so, say like watching Martin is part of your culture. Watching Friends isn't. So that's when your black card gets taken
Who
away.
are you talking to, me or him?
No.
He's talking to me because I
I'm
don't
talking
get
to the gas man.
Because I thought you said something about Planet Fitness. And
He says Planet Fitness.
really
I'm like, hey,
convincing.
listen, I'm trying to be real because I
called
know
the
that the
black card.
Squidbillies need to know this.
All right, I don't want Mike Laszlo coming down here and beating us to a pulp, calling him Squidbillies.
I'm sorry. What else would you like me to call your fans?
Squid Bobbies.
Sea monkeys?
Whoa.
We call them you and the sea monkeys?
I don't know if we should call that.
10 minutes, people.
See, I don't know.
I don't know. We're gonna figure this out, and we're gonna give you guys a name. So we can't call you Squidbillies, but sea monkeys is pretty good.
You know, sea
The
monkeys.
bottom feeders.
I don't think they like being called bottom feeders, but I mean, if you want to,
Would you
if
rather
want
bottom
to-
feeders or sea monkey?
gotta
listen.
start a poll,
I
start
mean,
a
you
poll
can at
on
least
Facebook.
beat your sea monkeys. I don't know if you could beat your bottom feeders.
I mean, you got to double it
Jesus.
up. You could.
I don't know where this is going. Anyway,
What other questions you want to? Let's just go down the list so we can like knock them out.
how do you
real
think
quick.
comedy can be therapy? Well, actually, we already talked about that.
Okay, cool.
Blew through that prompt.
Oh, actually, hold on. Let me ask you like that one big question. Like, if
Yeah.
you can address the whole world,
Okay.
like in a fairly short-ish statement, like what would you say to them?
If I had one wish, I wish I had
what?
a
I
big.
didn't say that.
I
What?
wish I had a.
That's not what I said.
Oh, okay. I was gonna give a Eminem line, but I guess
Okay,
not.
no, I'm sorry. I just thought you didn't really understand what I was saying.
No.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
What was the question again?
Okay, no, I'm saying if you can address the entire world, like,
Yes.
everybody understands you, like in something that's fairly short, like what would you
Okay.
say?
If I was to address the world, be nice to people, and don't be a jerk.
No.
Yeah. I think that's good enough.
I'm gonna do
That
it.
I mean, that's good enough. Like, I mean, you know, a lot of times we are so self-absorbed that we don't think about others. And what happens is there's a lot of mental health things going on nowadays. Whereas we attack people, and it's not because of something they did. It's something that's messing up us inside. And what's happening is we don't know when to be cool, when to not be cool, when to, like, our emotions are all screwed up. So the one thing I could tell people, listen, just know who you are, know yourself, be a nice person, and stop listening to people that tell you BS.
But what's the best way to know yourself?
Best way to know yourself is
question.
to actually listen to yourself. Like when you sit down at night and you have those thoughts that go through your head, like you think about your whole day and think about the things that you could have done better or would have done better, or you know, just elevating. We should always be trying to elevate ourselves into being better people. Is that good?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good. You have to like actually understand. You kind of have to self-criticize a bit, but not to the point where it's self-deprecating.
Well, the interesting thing that we talked about before on the show is the idea that people were able to sort of divorce themselves from like greater culture because of like the emerging of the sort of theological philosophy
Right.
back in that time, you know.
Right. I mean, if we're talking about religion or whatever, again, I stress, my mother's a pastor, so I stress that people just focus on being a better person. Right? There's tons of religions. You can follow whatever religion you want. You cannot follow any religion you want. But what I stress to everybody, listen, be a man or woman of your word and just be a good person. That's it. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And things will happen for you. Once you do well, other people do well, you do better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like we help each other out. Each one teach one.
Okay, so that idea, I'll tell you, is actually under direct attack nowadays, and I'll tell you why. It's because, like, it's like I actually said before, like the reason why we're able to sort of examine that idea and be like, okay, that's a good one, is because we have sort of liberalistic principles, you know?
Right.
The idea of like you're a person who's free to associate, but you should there's still a hidden social construct that you should take on yourself, you know what I mean?
It's funny because I don't subscribe to socialists or liberals or like conservative people. Like, I don't subscribe to that. I think any person that makes up their mind before they even hear the question is stupid.
Well, I guess I'm trying to say is like that idea. I mean, I know what you're saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I don't mean to dismiss you, but like that very idea is kind of like the core of that philosophy. It's like autonomy, self determination,
right,
and the idea of the social contract. That's all comes from really that. And the reason I say that's under attack is because there's a school of people, like social media exacerbates this a lot. Is a school of thought that basically determines that there's no such thing as private life, and there's no such thing as private anything. Like, privacy is non-existent because there's a myriad of interworking ideas.
Well, there's a difference between privacy and people giving away their privacy. Yeah. So you've given away your privacy once you signed on to a Facebook, Instagram, whoever. You've given the government your access because they have all your stuff. You know, Russia knows who you are. There's an Austin in Russia right now. There's a Tales of the Bottom of the Ocean in China that has
the bottom of the Yellow Ocean. What is it called? The Yellow River?
Yeah, they have all your information right now. But like I said, we give away that privacy, but you can take that privacy back. You don't have to be on social media if you don't want to be. Like, if I wasn't on TV or a certain personality, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Why do I have 3,000 friends that I'm never going to talk to?
Yeah, I never had any.
2,999.
I mean, hey, that's Facebook numbers. We talking about Instagram.
The thing is that like I guess I'll ask you the question, like, again, it's a pretty complex sort of idea. Sure. But like, you know, what do you think happened? Like, I have an idea what happens, but what do you think happens when privacy, like the idea of being like a sort of your own person necessarily, like being able to claim ownership over things, like aspects of your personality, aspects of who you are, and sort of surround yourself with like an extension of who you are based on basically like you just plopping yourself down into the world and then expanding outward, not too far, but, you know, being your own person. What do you think happens when it goes away?
I mean, me personally, and this is just me, I always give people what I call disposable information.
Okay.
And disposable information is for people to leave you alone. You give them a little bit of what's going on with you that cannot hurt you. So let's say, like, if I told you I'm afraid of snakes, I know that's not going to hurt me because you're not going to come up to me with a snake. You know what I mean? But that is information that I have given you, and that is inside of my private life. Yeah. But that's not basically who I am. You're never going to get me per se, but I give you these little tidbits.
Yeah.
If you feel like you want to take the breadcrumbs and just eat them all up and figure out who I am, go for it. But that's what, like, as a performer, as an entertainer, that's what we do. We give little pieces of our privacy away, and that's the trade-off with privacy.
Fill up the IMDb trivia page.
Oh yeah, it's on there too. You see mine?
Afraid of snakes.
Oh yeah, put it up there. I don't care.
Oh,
my IMDb is, listen, I need to get, I'm trying to get popping on there. Like, you put up whatever you want.
He
very afraid of snakes.
Yeah, you can put that up there.
Interesting. All right, fair enough.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Oh, well, I guess we don't really have a lot of time left, do we?
We got like 3 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
All right.
We could do Mike's Mysteries, but it's going to sound very
weird. You got 2 minutes. You better hurry up, man.
Bro, what is the deal with the UFOs? You've been watching the news. Like, NASA's legit complaining about unidentified flying objects.
He's on to us. No, go on.
Oh. No, but it's crazy because, like, they're legit complaining about these unknown things getting in the way of stuff. What are they?
Isn't it weird how the Brightburn movie literally just came out, and now we're seeing things flying around the sky?
No, but like but there's weird things been going on. Like there's that. What, you heard about that guy who fell down the rabbit hole and ended up finding one of, like, that Knight's cave? What is it? There's like a cave that Knights used to inhabit. I forgot what the hell it's called, but he just found it by going down a rabbit hole. There was that bomb that blew up in Germany under the cornfield. That wasn't a bomb. That was aliens.
Jesus.
What's the deal with these aliens? Why do they keep trying to probe us?
What's the deal with anal probes?
Jesus
Can we get Jerry
Christ.
Seinfeld on the show or that actually causes some
I don't know if I can be a comedian.
I heard funny things about Jerry Seinfeld. Like he's like apparently he's like a really normal person, but he still kind of complains about funny things.
Yeah, he's a real normal person that complains about, like, he wears white tennis shoes and he drives in Porsches.
He's like, I remember there was this photographer, and he's like, "Oh, your prices are really high." And then, like,
Oh no! When he dissed Kesha on the red carpet, that was hilarious.
Cat what?
Oh yeah. What did he do? I forgot. I remember.
Oh no! She said, "Oh my God, I love you."
Yeah.
And he was like, "I don't know who you are."
Yeah.
Security.
Right.
But anyway, that was Tales from the Bottom of the Ocean.
It's
Coming up next, there's a new show called The Jump Cut.
It's a brand new show I've never seen before.
Yeah, well,
No, I've never.
Weeks young.
I've
yeah,
never. I've
18
seen it
weeks young. You don't watch your own show.
I saw one
Okay.
episode of Tales from the Bottom of the Ocean. I liked it. It was
I watch
alright.
every single episode of every single show on this freaking channel. Okay.
Nice.
You're a madman. I mean, yeah, good job.
No, he's not a bad man. He's the gas
I
man.
viciously-
This is Austin.
I viciously stalk everybody on it. I edit everyone's Wikipedia pages.
I tried, Steve, but
Okay.
All right. If you like that episode, this episode, it's still not over yet. Consider going to Patreon once again. Patreon.com/area22. Follow us, like our Instagram. Maybe you want to plug yourself.
yeah, at Nigel Fullerton _ on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find me on Facebook, Nigel A. Fullerton. That's my active page.
Yeah, you're Mike Gassman, right?
Yeah, I'm Mike Gassman on both Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, and I'm Austin.
You'll be
No,
subjected to the crap I post on Facebook.
I'm Andrew Massa and Instagram. The show's page is the same name as the show. Check out Area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tales podcast.
Well, yeah, it's Tales,
Instagram.
yeah, whatever. You can put in Tales from Other Tales Pod. It'll take it to the same thing.
Oh, and you can catch me in the Anya Marina web series on YouTube. That's the Warner's YouTube /Warner Sound. I'm in a web series called Independent Woman. So check it out.
Cool.
It's really fun.
I'm
6
gonna
episodes.
I've been doing test streams, but I will go on air on Twitch very soon. Salty_C_gaming.
And I ain't doing nothing. We're going down.
We're going down, folks. Thank you.